What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Whiskey Sex Talk. I am your host, Romeo. Happy 2023, y'all. It is the beginning of the new year, and gyms across the world are packed. And there's nothing sexier than leading a fit and healthy lifestyle in order to boost our confidence, which could lead to awesome sex and or romance. And of course, as human beings, we have looked for ways to improve our sexual experience for thousands of years, including trying to discover the best foods for sex. And of course, on this episode, I will be talking about which foods are good for our stamina. Because it is important to learn about which foods to eat to boost our libido, improve our stamina, and enhance our sex lives. So here's the thing, everybody. It is very, very important to keep the circular system in good and working order because it is essential for our sexual health. Better circulation improves sexual response in men and women, and this is especially true for erectile response. So, cardiac health is also vital. It's also vital, actually, for stamina. So let's get into this, guys. Let's talk about which foods are good for our stamina. And keep in mind, if it's good for the health, it's good for a person's sex life. So one of my favorite chocolates is dark chocolate. And dark chocolate is actually known to be a natural libido booster. Not sure if you guys know this, but it helps to increase both our serotonin and dopamine levels in the brain. And for those of you that don't know, those are your feel-good neurotransmitters. So yes, dark chocolate is an amazing natural libido booster. So for those of you that like chocolate, time to start actually liking dark chocolate. So there is an antioxidant that is found in cocoa that is known as flavonols, and this actually helps increase the blood flow and relax the blood vessels. And you know what that means? That means that provides amp blood flow to all the right places at the right time. Just keep in mind, actually, that the amount of flavanol presented in chocolate can vary greatly, depending on the way it's produced and the specific brand. So the best actually source for flavanols comes from the unsweetened cocoa powder. And the best part, because we live in the 21st century, is that you can purchase fortified powder that promises at least 200 milligrams of flavanols per serving. I mean, the truth is that there's so much. I mean, there's an endless amount of dark chocolate brands to choose from. So I would recommend to go for the less processed varieties if you want to improve your libido, because you're going to get the best and the most out of it. I mean, and the truth is that, listen, dark chocolate has lower added sugar and fats than milk or white chocolate. I mean, dark chocolate has between 50% to 90 cocoa solids, and milk chocolate has between 10 to 50. So go for the healthier one that's going to benefit your health and your libido. I mean, this is the best way. So for those of you that love chocolate and are reluctant or don't like dark chocolate, I recommend to switch it up, because you will see a tremendous, you're going to see the change. You're going to see an improvement, and it's much healthier. There's so many minerals in dark chocolate. And of course, we're talking about iron, magnesium, zinc, copper. And we all know that, for example, zinc is such an important mineral because it supports our immunity. And it can actually keep your bones and teeth healthy. And also, I mean, magnesium, super important to get a good quality of sleep. So anyways, I highly recommend you guys give dark chocolate a chance, try it, and start implementing it as part of your, your healthy lifestyle and dieting, part of your diet. I think dark chocolate is so important, and I highly recommend it. And so, just, do it. Test it out. See how it goes. So the next one is one of my favorites. And whether you prefer hot or cold, I can tell you that green tea, I mean, it is so good for your sex life. And here's why. It's because green tea has catechins, and those are a component that is generally and generously found in green tea. And what does that do? That helps with our blood flow, and it reduces, most importantly, belly fat. So here's the interesting thing about catechins is that there's two specific ways they can improve your blood flow. Okay, so for example, the first one, they can eliminate the free radicals that are known to inflame and harm your blood vessels, which makes them more effective at transporting blood. Also, catechins helps the blood vessels to let go of nitric oxide, which increases the blood vessel size, improving the blood flow. But I know that there's a lot of people out there that are not really big fans of green tea. And here's the thing, that green tea is such a versatile tea that you can really have it, and you can really incorporate it actually in other ways in as part of your diet. For example, like green tea works well. Like you can put it in smoothies, you can put it in oatmeal. You can also add green tea powder to your baked goods and yogurts. And actually, that's one of my favorite things to do, because sometimes, for me at least, green tea, like especially in the morning, it can be a little bit not bitter, but it can just like mess up my stomach, or I can get too jittery off green tea. But I've played with green tea many different ways. I've added to yogurt. I've had baked goods powder added. I mean, I've had green tea powder added to my baked goods. I've actually also tried with oatmeals, which is a great way to actually get that morning caffeine kick, that we all crave in the morning. And I really recommend green tea. Green tea is just one of those versatile things that I feel so many people need to incorporate, because it has so many health benefits, especially if you're trying to be fit and you're trying to have an amazing libido and sex life. And I mean, like I said, green tea is good to reduce belly fat. It gives you energy, and it's just amazing. It's such a versatile tea that I feel not a lot is talked about as far as like the libido benefits of green tea. Anyhow, I recommend you guys try to incorporate green tea to improve your libido. Now, this other one, the next one is a little bit. This one I can understand. Not many people are a fan of, but fatty fish. I mean, I talk about this all the time. I love fish, so it's one of my favorite go-to proteins. And I think the good thing about fish, if it's properly prepared, it will give you some significant dietary benefits. And certain like types of fish are actually very, particularly they're very helpful to improve one's libido. Fatty fishes, fishes that are oily, such as like sardine and salmon and tuna, are loaded with omega-3 fatty acids. And that is something that really, really, I cannot stress is such an important, we need those omega-3 fatty acids, because these acids increase the dopamine in the brain and promote heart health and blood flow. And that's so important. And one of the most important things is that they're so high in vitamin B6 and protein. And like I mentioned it, protein, it's my go-to protein. I love like fatty fishes. I love sardines actually, and tuna. And consuming fish I think it's one of those things that leads to a healthier blood production. And the truth is that few foods offer such, honestly, like what I'm trying to say is that few foods offer so much protein at such as a low calorie level. And for me particularly, and this is my goal, I'm not saying that this is everybody's goal, but for me, I strive to have a leaner physique, because for me, that performs better. I perform better during sex. That's just me. And I'm not body shaming anybody. I'm just saying that for me, a leaner physique, my physique, I perform better during sex. So if my body is leaner, I know I'm going to be performing better in sex. That's just me. I'm not body shaming. I'm just saying that that's just me. But anyways, like I said, fatty fishes are great. So start incorporating salmon, tuna. It's just, you can't go wrong. And of course, if you're allergic, there's other stuff you can do. You can always go for the leaner meats. Anyways, so this next one actually is one of my favorite food staples that for some reason, I try to incorporate it as much as possible, but it just, for some reason, I'm always running out. And The next one is pumpkin seeds. This is one of the best foods for libido improvement. They are so rich in zinc, iron, fiber, protein, and potassium. And as you know, zinc has the ability to improve your eye health, your immune function, wound healing. And for my guys, the high concentration of this mineral is especially good for us. And for my guys, if you're looking for something that's going to boost your libido, pumpkin seeds is your go-to, like seeds or, nuts, I guess, seeds. It's you have to make it your go-to. Like for me, I don't know why, but I literally am always running out, and I'm always like, that's the one thing like I snack on a lot. And as you guys know, for those that know about men's health, if you have a zinc deficiency, this can result in low testosterone levels, and that is not good because one of the things that we have to have is we have to have a healthy level, testosterone levels. We have to have those at a healthy level. Interesting enough, scientists are still studying actually why zinc is so important in the production of testosterone. Believe I read somewhere that in one study, like the men that were giving 30 milligrams of zinc displayed an increase in free testosterone levels. So, ladies and gentlemen, I highly recommend to start adding pumpkin seeds to your trail mix, salads, and cereal because they're so valuable I call them like libido enhancers. I'm seriously like, I'm giving you guys stuff that I've done research on and that I've read. And I'm one of those people. I like sharing the knowledge. I like sharing, especially when it comes to sex and health. Like I like talking about things that are going to improve us and that are going to make us really feel good. And I think like pumpkin seeds, guys, ladies, you gotta incorporate that when you go to the grocery. Start buying pumpkin seeds, fatty acids, buy green tea, start buying like all the dark chocolate. These are all healthy things that we so need. And I feel like a lot of us a lot of us know enough about like health, how to eat healthy, but I don't think we understand how certain foods or certain things actually affect our libido or how does it improve our health. All right, so the next one is one of my favorites. I keep saying literally all of this stuff on this what I'm going to be talking about today is a lot of the foods that I eat that are my favorite. The next one, if you're from California, you guys all know this one. It's a staple. Everybody adds it to their salads, to their sandwiches, and without further ado is avocados. I mean, the versatility in avocado makes it a culinary favorite. I feel like you can't go wrong with avocados. I mean, they have such a significant source of vitamin E, making it for a health. I mean, I'm saying like vitamin E is so good because it's good for our health, for our nails, for our skin. Not to mention that avocados are rich in vitamin B6, potassium, and monosaturated fats. And all of this is good because it helps to promote good circulation and a healthy heart, which both are necessary in order to lead and have a great sex life. And the good thing about avocados, honestly, is the natural benefits is that it helps prevent artery damage too. And erectile dysfunction is twice as likely in men who have heart disease. And I think I read somewhere that one study, researchers found that the avocado consumption lessens the risk of metabolic syndrome, which is also known as a risk factor for erectile dysfunction. Interesting enough is that men with metabolic syndrome are nearly twice as likely as the general population to struggle with ED, aka erectile dysfunction. Look, like I mentioned it before, avocados are easy to use and are versatile enough for any meal. So try some mashed avocados on your toast for breakfast, or use it, smash it for chips and salsa, or put it in a salad or in a sandwich. I mean, you can't go wrong with avocado. Actually, I know a recipe. I'll probably share that I don't know what, but there is, you can make chocolate mousse with avocado and it's vegan friendly. And kid you not, you will not taste the avocado whatsoever. No one will know. It literally tastes amazing. Like avocado chocolate mousse. Promise you, no one will know the difference. So try it. You can even try it as, as dessert. Now, this other fruit is literally one of my favorites and is seasonal in most parts of the world, but it is pomegranates. Especially pomegranate juice significantly increases testosterone levels in women and men. So I know pomegranate juice is very, very expensive, but if you can afford it or you can find a way to make your own pomegranate juice, I highly recommend it. And aside from increasing testosterone levels, pomegranate actually helps enhance the blood flow, thereby, like I said, and I've mentioned it before, improving your libido because the high levels of the antioxidants are like the main reason for this. And the good thing about pomegranates, though, is you can actually throw them in a salad, cereal, and yogurt, and I mean they're really delicious. I love pomegranates. I know not a lot of people like pomegranates. My grandmother actually, back in my mom's house, we have pomegranate trees, and one of the things come towards the end of the summer, beginning of fall, my grandmother would make tons of pomegranate juice. And I don't know, maybe that's why I love pomegranate, but I can tell you there is amazing benefits to pomegranate, specifically the antioxidants. But I just wanted to share that story that I think pomegranate juice is amazing, especially like I said, it increases the testosterone levels in men and women. And like I said, healthy testosterone levels are good for the libido. Now, here is another one of my favorite and seasonal fruits, and we all know this one. It's watermelon, also known as nature's Viagra. And to tell you the truth, it's one of the fruits that I always look forward to having in the summer because it just has that nostalgic feeling, or not nostalgic feeling, but pomegranates are just so fucking. I mean, watermelon. I'm sorry, not pomegranates. Watermelon is just they're so good. I mean, it's just amazing. I remember there was a guy that I was seeing, and after we had sex, he would always ask me, "Hey, do you want watermelon?" And I would laugh about it because I don't think he knew, or maybe he did, and maybe I thought that he didn't know, but it was just such a cute thing that here we had post-sex, like our dessert was having watermelon. I mean, watermelon is just great. I mean, the vitamin B5 presented in watermelon is like vital for like stress management. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because high stress levels can cause both male and females' libidos to plummet. And you don't want to be walking around, super stressed out because, when you're stressed out, you're not going to be able to enjoy sex. And that's just not cool. I mean, we're living in such a day and age where we really can turn it on and off, like the stress levels. Like we can walk away from it. We can take a mental health day from work when we're stressed out. We can like tune things off. I think that that's one of the things that's very important is to pay attention to our stress levels. It's not good for anybody to walk around being super stressful. And if you're one of those people that you get easily stressed out, I want to say just enjoy watermelon, but really try to find different ways to lessen the stress because that affects your libido, and that can definitely be detrimental to your sex life. And here's an interesting thing is if you have lower stress levels, that means you're going to be in the mood for sex. And guess what? Your body will get rid of the cortisol after you've had your orgasm, which in turn decreases the stress levels all the more. And that's the beauty about watermelon is that watermelon can help make, how can I say it? Like watermelon can help to make sure you have limited stress so you feel more in the mood to have sex in the first place. I think watermelon is deemed to be one of the best fruits to increase the libido. I mean, also provides other B vitamins, which help with sexual endurance and energy and production, if you ask me. I don't know if you guys know, but watermelon is actually a vasodilator. It helps widen blood vessels. Like I said, it works much like nature's Viagra, which is also called nature's Viagra. So, guys, watermelon, nature's Viagra. We all know this one. Well, not everybody, but for those who do, it's considered nature's Viagra. I highly, come on, watermelon is just watermelon. It tastes amazing. All right. Now, I previously was talking about fatty fishes, and I mentioned that not everybody is a huge fan of fish. Well, here's for those that are not. This goes out to the people and for everybody, whether you like fish or not, but you can also, one of the best things that improves your libido is beef. And it's crazy because beef often doesn't make the list of what to eat to increase the libido, which is interesting because out there, not a lot of people, I guess not a lot of research or not a lot of people endorse beef. And if you ask me, it's well worth considering. Because the saturated fats contained in beef are important sex hormones. They're really important sex hormone building blocks. That's what I'm trying to say. So the saturated fat that is found in beef are hormone building blocks, and this includes testosterone, which, like I mentioned, which is vital for increasing libido in both men and women. And the best thing is that beef actually contains plenty of zinc, which is important from a fertility standpoint, and it increases the sex drive. I think like one of the things about beef that we all know is that beef is rich in iron, which helps with, let's say, energy production to improve the blood flow. And that is key, guys. We have to have a healthy blood flow because a healthy blood flow means that we will have really, really a stable libido. And here's the thing. Whether you grill the steak, whether you or you marinate it, or you make it in kebabs, or you put it in the oven, at the end of the day, your sexual health is going to thank you so much because it is such a potent like protein that I feel that it's just so essential, like so essential. And here's the thing too: if you can find a leaner cuts of meat to incorporate part of, like, let's say your diet and your recipes, that is, I always recommend to stick to that because that is always your best choice, to stick to the leaner cuts. Because at the end of the day, we want to lead a healthy and fit lifestyle, which in turn will increase our sex health lifestyle or lives. You get it. Now, the next one is a little bit not a lot of people like, and I'm just going to throw it out there, but garlic. Garlic has high levels of allicin, which can help with the blood flow. And let's be honest, for those of us, not me, but I'm saying for men that suffer from erectile dysfunction, that can increase the flow, the blood flow. And honestly, garlic is just one of those, I feel like, spices that are just, they're so good. I mean, they help with the body's immune system. And your body's immune system is what keeps it from getting sick in the first place. So just keep that in mind because it helps against like to fight against illnesses. Garlic is just such an immune booster. That's what I just want to say. It's so good. When I get sick, truth be told, especially when I know that I'm coming down with a flu or I'm congested, I'll literally eat garlic cloves, just raw. And kid you not, you can take my word for it, but I'll eat it like for a day during my meals. I'll eat like 3 or 4 garlic cloves. And I kid you not that within the next couple of days, like, I don't know what garlic does, but I feel way better. Maybe it's a placebo effect, but I don't think so because I've heard so many things about this. And garlic, if you eat garlic when you're sick, like literally you start feeling so much better immediately after consuming it. And one of the things about garlic too is that it helps reduce high blood pressure, and that's very, very important because, as you guys know, high blood pressure is considered a risk factor for heart diseases. And the best part about garlic too is also it reduces, the cholesterol levels. It's known to, it can help with the prevention of cancer. and it has antibiotic properties. That's the good thing about garlic. I said it contains allicin, so that's a bioactive antibiotic that can help fight infections, bacteria, etc. And as I mentioned, it's all about leading a healthy and fit lifestyle. And actually, garlic is known that it can improve athletic performance. This is really, really like one of the things that I recently read about. Believe it or not, garlic is actually considered one of the earliest performance enhancers. Back in the ancient times and the days, apparently garlic was used to alleviate like weariness and to boost the laborers' working hours so they can have better endurance. And I believe I read somewhere that it was also fed to Greek Olympic athletes to boost their athletic performance. And like I said, a healthy heart, or actually the truth is a healthy heart and body is key to staying fit and leading a healthy and fit lifestyle, which in turn leads to better sex and romance. All right, guys, that's it for today. I just really wanted to reiterate to, if you're really, really want to change and want to feel good about yourself and want to up your libido and want to have just an amazing sex and want to just be healthy, because I feel like sex is part of our healthy and fit lifestyle. I really think that you guys should really consider, if you haven't, to look into incorporating dark chocolate into your diet, green tea, fatty fishes as for example, sardines, salmon, tuna, pumpkin seeds, avocado, pomegranates, watermelon, aka nature's Viagra, beef. I specifically would like to tell you the lean cuts of beef, to try to aim for that. Garlic. I mean, there's really, really no reason why you shouldn't be incorporating this. We live in an age where information is easily available for us, and we are living longer than before, and more people want to be healthy. More people want to be I feel like we want to be just healthier sex wise. Like, you want to be able to have an amazing time in bed and take care of your partner, and because sex is like another way that we get to enjoy life. And it's just amazing, and we have to start being consciously aware of what we put into our bodies and how we treat our bodies, because at the end of the day, our bodies are our temple, and we need to take care of that so we can be good in bed. And just remember that by adding these foods to your diet on a regular basis, you can see an increase in the libido. And not to mention that the most foods that encourage a higher sex drive and libido typically are an overall they're overall healthy choices for the long game as well. So guys, start thinking about this. I mean, I want to bring you guys to give you like information that's going to be vital for us. And yeah, I think it's important, guys. Like it doesn't stop here. There's so much out there. There's so many different types of food that you can incorporate. And it just starts with you taking the initiative and doing the research. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for today. I am your host, Romeo, and thank you for listening to another episode of Whiskey Sex Talk. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.